Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Tasha! I'm sorry.
I just never had nothing that was all mine. When I was a corner boy, I was always hustling for somebody else. People slept on me like I was coming off the bench, but I never wanted nothing else but this.
All right, y'all looking at the title, y'all looking at the thumbnail, and yes, today we will be talking about Power Book 4 Season 2, everything regarding like Tommy and just things in general about like Full Force. Now, the thing is about like the hallucinations and power. The hallucinations are keys to like a lot of things that could happen and things that did happen, like regarding like all of the characters, because Tariq, when he has his hallucinations of Kanan is just more like, you have to do this, like basically pushing him to go forward, even if Tariq has like any doubts about like certain things he don't want to do, this and that, which I liked in season 2 of Power Book 2, where it was just like, you know, he had a dream, he was like, mom, this and that, and never seeing her again, but he's just like, no, fuck all that shit. Like, I just liked it because it was funny to me. He's like, toss that shit, go the fuck up. Like, I like that because it was driving him to like push forward to do these things, right? And I was also wondering too, like, besides like Lakeisha for like Tommy, I was wondering like, will there ever eventually be some sort of hallucination for Ghost? Because the thing is, it's like for Lakeisha and Tommy, yeah, Tommy and her, you know, he was gonna marry her, you know, he had everything planned for her until Tasha killed her, right? So I think like for Tommy's maybe hallucination, which I would like it too if Holly would appear in one of his hallucinations, because I mean at the time, well, before Lakeisha, he was still thinking about Holly, but then it was mainly Lakeisha because, you know, she was everything to him, right? So I was also wondering, like, if Holly does ever appear back in one of the, like, well, if she does appear in a hallucination, I think, like, it would be like, okay, you shouldn't be with any other person because you are not incapable of love, but anybody who gets too close to you ends up dead. So I think going forward, I think that's gonna probably be for like Tommy, even though yeah, he could have a love interest, right? But again, it seems like females who's always with him, you know, ends up dead. And then you look at Liliana back in like the first season, it was like she ended up dead, even though she was a Rada Dada. She was really loyal. Like, you know, girl got a beat and everything, and it's like she took everything for like Ghost and Tommy, but she was really loyal. And it's like anybody who's with Tommy, female wise, it's not gonna work out. So I think those hallucinations that could appear towards Tommy would be like, okay, anybody you get too close with, even though he did do that with Gloria when he first came to Chicago, and it was like, okay, him and Gloria was like a thing, but then Gloria had a thing for Vic, and he was like, you know, we was a fling, but he couldn't get too close because he was still thinking about Lakeisha. So I'm thinking it's most likely gonna be the case with, I think, Tommy going forward, because Ghost's hallucination, he had a few, because he had Angela when he was seeing her, like, well, there was nothing he could really do at that moment. He was moving forward. Like, his hallucinations was just, I wouldn't say him being arrogant or cocky. It was just like, at the time, he thought he was moving forward, where he was like, okay, you know, I beat everybody. I basically won, and nobody can basically stop me. That was his whole thing. And then eventually that turned to shit at the end. And then Tariq is, Tariq was Kanan, and then the hallucination popped up again when everyone was in a classroom, and then you saw Kanan, you saw Proctor, you saw you saw everybody that was there. You know, like, oh yeah, you know, you got me killed. But and for Tariq's hallucinations, it was, I think, well, okay, it's Kanan that's pushing them forward, and then the others would probably be like the people he got killed. That's what it I think would technically be. So I guess, would it be considered guilt? Would Tariq's hallucinations be considered guilt? A little bit of like the people that he killed, or had to, the people who was basically killed, who had to get killed, right? So I'm thinking like Tariq's hallucinations is guilt, and I'm hoping, hopefully, because we don't know that hopefully that maybe ghosts would appear and Tariq's hallucinations, because all of this is gonna be, I think, for both Tariq and Tommy, of them winning in a certain way. Like if Tommy figures like, okay, like he has everything on lock, depending on what Tommy does in Chicago, like besides like the drug stuff, like if he does either open up a nightclub or he does something, like would it be of him and like something different, like maybe his hallucination of ghosts would be like, okay, you was right, maybe towards the end, maybe towards the end. Because I don't know, I feel like every time like a hallucination will pop up, it seems like something bad is going on, but it's also a way of showing that, I guess, like a window to the future, right? Just maybe like a window towards the future of something that they can do to change the outcome, so that way they don't repeat it again. And I mean, going back off of like Tariq, maybe I wonder, will Lauren become a hallucination for Tariq? I kind of wonder that too. Like, you know, I wouldn't say he got her killed, but it had to be done. Well, it didn't have to be done, but it had to be done. Like, yeah. So it's just like I kind of wonder like if she will appear in his hallucinations as well. But going back to Tommy, it's like, again, everything that's gonna happen with this man in season 2 is gonna be interesting, because he can't get close to anybody. That's the whole game with him. It's just like anybody he falls in love with, it's either they can't betray him, because remember, he was gonna kill Lakeisha like way back when he had the gun, I think, underneath the pillow, and he was just like, listen, you gotta be all in with me. You can't say nothing, which is understandable. It's understandable, because the thing that makes like Tommy and Tariq different, Tommy will kill the person that he loves. He will do it, while Tariq is like, well, okay, I can't say that, because that happened with Kanan. I can't say that, but it's just like female wise, you know, Tommy will be like, listen, we may have been shagging together, but I might have to kill you, unless Tariq changes that MO in season 3. He kills Effie for what happened, maybe, but still gotta wait and see on that. But I mean, back then it was just like, yeah. Until Lakeisha told Tommy, she was just like, okay, yes, I'm all in. You don't got, nothing's gonna be done, and that's when he put the gun away. So it was just like, okay, yeah. But again, I think that Tommy is gonna have a lot to go through with everything regarding if he does get with a woman, and let's just say something happens, like Janara kills her, or something bad happens, then it's like he's going to be in the same situation again, where he can't get close to anybody. Anybody he tries to have like any sort of relationship with, they all end up dead. And it could be either by his mistakes, or it could be just because, you know, part of the game, being part of the game. So it's like, I wonder like if Tommy will ever find like happiness. Like, will Tommy ever succeed and doing the things that he do? Personally, I don't know, because it seems like everybody's gonna go down the route where our main characters from like in the original Power either ended up in jail or died, and then you look at you know Tommy and then Tariq, it's like they options. I still go back to it. It's like they options is kind of like up in the air. Like if Tommy's gonna go to jail or he's gonna die, and then Tariq, I don't know what the fuck's going on with Tariq, but overall, what do you guys think about like Tommy's like hallucinations? Like, do you believe that Holly would ever appear again? Let me know in the comments too, because I don't remember if Holly, I don't think she ever appeared in like in the first season as like a part of a memory. Well, if it was a memory, sure, but a hallucination, I don't remember. I know it was like he looked on the phone and it was like, oh, like Cash and Keisha, but I think that was a hallucination. I think I'm not too sure. But again, if it does pop up as a hallucination, I feel like it's gonna be telling Tommy, like, listen, you can't get too close to him. Like, again, like Lakeisha could be haunting Tommy, like, no, you can't be with this woman. No, like anytime he feels like something could happen, like he's trying to move on, but the past is pulling him back. But again, it's the right way. It's really the right way of, like, you can't get close to these people. Like, the shit that you doing, all this chaos, you can't get close to these people. You know, and for Ghost, it was literally the same thing, where he felt he was winning, he was going forward, like, oh, okay, like, yeah, I beat everybody and I'm going forward. So it's like I said before, I think everybody's hallucinations is different. Like, Tariq has like motivation / guilt. Tommy has drama. like he just can't get close to anybody. What they call it these days, a hopeless romantic. Yo, yeah, okay, yeah, a hopeless romantic. Like, he can't get close to anybody, and I think that's going to be it for Tommy. Just going to be somewhat of a solo dolo. Probably might have a woman here or two, even though I could be wrong. It might be something, but I think he's just going to be going forward with the plan of trying to take over Chicago, and then we're going to have to see from there. But overall, like, comment, subscribe, share, and I catch you all in the next one.